Hi, this is Melanie from Hook to the Left, and today we're going to take a look at my Lion brand haul. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi, welcome back to my channel. So Lion brand got me again. Yeah, those 5 for 10 deals were sick. So I took part again and I got a little bit of yarn. A little bit. So before I get started in showing you the yarn that I did get, I do want to say if you are a fan of things like crochet tutorials, crochet product reviews, yarn hauls, and things like that, then go ahead and go down below and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you're reminded every time I put out a new video. So let's go ahead and take a look at the yarn that I did get. Alright, so first up we're going to take a look at, I bet you guys can tell what kind of yarn this is. Not too hard, right? I know you know what kind of yarn this is. Everybody's one that they love to hate. This is Lion brand Homespun yarn. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can take a real good look at this particular colorway. There we go. So this colorway is called, which I love it. It's the subtlety of it. Anyway, this colorway is called Beach Umbrella. Okay, and with the yellows and the turquoise and everything, it does make you kind of think of a beachy scene. So this is a 5 or bulky weight yarn. They do recommend, which I will put this up on the side so you can kind of see what the label says along with me. But this is, they do recommend a 6mm needle or 6.5mm hook. I will say with the homespun, I would go with an even larger hook, like an 8mm. If you plan on making something with this, it makes this yarn a lot less frustrating. So, because a lot of people do get frustrated with this yarn, but it is the very first yarn that I used doing a mile-a-minute Afghan, but I did use a bigger hook than what they recommended. I went with the hook that the Afghan pattern called for as opposed to what the label called for. Alright, so to tell you a little bit more about this, it is 6 ounces or 170 grams, 185 yards or 169 meters. It is 98% acrylic and 2% other fiber. It is machine washable and dryable. Of course, you don't want to get a yarn near, not a yarn. It is yarn. You don't want to get an iron near it. So there you go. There is that particular colorway. I think it is simply gorgeous. So I'm either going to make like a lapgan out of this, or I may make a shrug out of this. It might end up being a shrug. I think it would make a beautiful shrug with the colors. But anyway, that is that particular yarn. And next up, ooh, we are looking at, look at that. It is Lion brand's Ice Cream Deluxe yarn. Now this particular yarn is kind of like you see here, like that velvet. It's a little bit more densely packed than velvet. It's not quite as soft. It feels more like a burlap blanket yarn, if you're familiar with that. Okay, but it is another bulky weight. I think it's a bulky weight. It might be worsted. Nope, they have it as a super bulky. So this is listed as a super bulky. I don't know about super bulky on that one. I would go maybe bulky. But they do have it listed as a super bulky weight, and they do recommend, which I will show this on the side here, they do recommend a 9mm hook and a 9mm needle. It is a 5-ounce skein of yarn, 142 grams or 155 yards, 142 meters. It is 100% acrylic. I think it probably would have been a little bit softer if they added some polyester in there, but this is a full acrylic yarn. It is machine washable and dryable. Again, I wouldn't recommend high heat. Don't take a iron to it. And I would always recommend on gentle cycle. Now this particular colorway is called Silver Sands. And I'm really loving this gray with the yellow like that. I really feel like it's like a modern baby color. Now, I don't know if this is going to end up being a baby blanket or if I'm going to turn this into a pet bed. So I'll have to decide. But I did get 5 of these skeins, and I also got 5 of those, the Homespun. I got 5 of those skeins as well. There's that, but it does have that kind of fuzzy, you feel it like plush, like you feel like it looks like it would be very plush. It's not as soft as some of the plushier yarns. There's for example, Premier's Parfait yarn is much softer than this. It's much more plush. And of course they consider that a 4-weight because it's not as densely packed with the fibers. So that is the Ice Cream Deluxe yarn, which is so pretty. Alright, next up I got a couple of this Scarfie yarn. So, and this is just so squishy, so squishy. Alright, so, and as you know with Scarfie yarn, 1 ball makes the scarf that they show on the front, which is a pretty decent sized scarf. And to give you a little bit of detail about this yarn, which I will roll it over to the details. This is a 5.3 ounce weight, a 3 ounce ball of yarn. It's 150 grams, 312 yards, or 285 meters. It is 78% acrylic and 22% wool. You can feel the wool in this. It is much softer than a lot of woolly things that I've made stuff with, but you can feel the wool in Scarfie yarn. So, and this is considered a 5 bulky weight yarn. They recommend using a 5.5 millimeter needle or a 6.5 millimeter hook. And yeah, 6.5 is probably pretty good. Yeah, because it's not too loosely spun, and it's on the lighter side of bulky. If you take a look at it. So, but yeah, I thought this was real pretty, and I'll probably make a scarf or a cowl out of this. And I got 2 skeins of that. Now, the next one that I got here is Lion Brand's Mandala Thick and Quick. And I think I'm going to be able to make a couple of hats and a couple of cowls out of this. And you know, I like my chunky weight yarn. This is actually a super bulky 6-weight yarn. And let me see. Look how pretty that is. I love like all that mix of color in there. And this is called Garden Maze, this color, which I'll show you that color a little bit. But let's take a look at the label. And I will put this up here, zoom down just a little bit. And I do like how they show this on the Lion brand, how it will work up. And it is going to be a striping yarn. And so this is a 6-weight yarn. They do recommend a 9 millimeter needle or a 10 millimeter hook. It is 5.3 ounces or 150 grams. 87 yards or 79 meters, and that's on this side. And 1 ball is enough to make 1 hat. And of course they do have a nice little hat showing on the front. It looks like that might be a knit hat. So I don't know if crochet if 1 ball would do, but we'll have to see. But definitely knit 1 ball makes 1 hat. And of course that particular pattern would be on the Lion brand website. And I got 5 skeins of this colorway. Isn't that pretty? I love that colorway. Okay, and then for the final yarn that I got from Lion brand, and this is actually going to stay in the bag because I only got 3, so it came in a bag. Let me flip it upside down so you can see the colorway a little bit better. So, of course, they are all, of course, part of the same lot. They're in 1 bag, part of the same lot, and colorway. This is how the colorway works up, right there. And this is the Mandala, Lion brand Mandala yarn. Of course, this is a DK weight yarn, and it is just going to show. I'm looking at it here. I'll let you look at this real quick. And I'm not going to show this because it reflects a little bit too much, so I'm going to just read off the label. But it's 5.3 ounces or 150 grams in one ball, 590 yards or 540 meters. It is 100% acrylic. It is machine washable and dryable. And this it is a light DK weight yarn. They recommend a 3.75 millimeter needle or a 5 millimeter hook. You can actually probably even go smaller than that. And again, machine washable and dryable, but don't iron it. And this particular colorway is called Valkyrie. And let me flip that upside down so you don't get all the writing. But it is all the same colorway. It's just how it gets spun out as to what you see in the colors. And I am thinking that I will probably end up making at least one, if not more, baby blanket out of this. It's a nice, fun, neutral color, I feel like. And I think it would make a great baby blanket. So that is my plan for this yarn. So what did you guys think? Was there a particular yarn that you were more interested in? Did you guys take advantage of this 5 for 10 sale? I know they had it over the weekends, and they had a few over the several weekends. I took advantage of it a couple of times. I think that that's finally dying out. The last I saw for this weekend was, I think, 20% off or something like that. But I know that they were just getting rid of some of their colorways that they were discontinuing. But what did you think? Which one was your favorite? Which one are you most interested in seeing or checking out, or hoping that you can check out at some point in time? I would love to know. If you have any ideas on what to make with any of these yarns, this is the Mandala regular, Mandala thick and quick, Scarfie, Ice Cream Deluxe, and Homespun. If you have an idea of something that you think should be made out of one of these, and just remember I got 3, 5, 5, 5, and 2 skeins of yarn of each of these, but let me know. So if this is the kind of content that you really enjoy and you like this video, then go ahead and hit like down below, and while you're down there, hit subscribe and the bell so that you're reminded every time I come out with a new video. Also, don't forget, every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a live show which I would love for you to join me so we can all get to know each other better. And then 5 p.m. Saturday nights, me and my girls get together and we have a themed show, and then a little chat after that for you guys to enjoy. So that gets rotated between each of our channels, so make sure you go ahead and subscribe to us all and hit the bell so that you're reminded every time we go live a Saturday night at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you really enjoyed this haul and enjoyed looking at the yarns as much as I enjoy looking at them. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to say thank you so very much, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.